Hello, trading has closed on 21st of January 2025. As always, we'll start with our disclaimer, we'll go over our calls and then make our predictions. It's my trading plan for tomorrow, which is Wednesday, January 22nd, 2025. Remember, I can change my plan. My plan can be completely wrong. Any trade you make should be made at your own risk. Please remember, the system I use gives targets but says nothing about the entries. Look for the pattern with the early high, which is this. Look for a gap and a prompt move outside the day's range. We got that. We had a target 6,014.20 that printed support under the target. I said bulls needed to a gap, promptly take out this high to continue the rally. I thought it would be hard to do, but they certainly did it. This is just a reminder of what we said. During the day, MEJT identified some moves as false. They've already retraced. That's played out. Well, last week when the market was way down here, we said the target was to rally in a straight line to a new all-time high. That's still playing out, and regardless of what happens tomorrow, I don't see any reason to change that call. I'd like to give credit to the person who taught me that, but it was so long ago, I just don't remember who it was, but it wasn't my idea. I originally thought that this drop was a wave A. If the rally were a three-wave structure and easy to count that way, I would stick with it. It's looking more and more like an impulse, getting harder and harder to count as a three-wave. I suppose it could be a next wave. Doesn't break any rules. But the higher we go without showing signs of a correction, and I haven't seen it yet, the more likely it becomes we're in a third wave of multiple degree. I can't say it's locked in stone, but this could easily have completed wave 2 down, and this could be the start of wave 3 and something big on the upside. It's too early for me to be confident of that, and we are coming into resistance. We're coming into resistance from this trend line, from hitting the target, from this 60.59.18 target from last month. So we could stall here and back and fill. It's not ruled out, and usually these wall with gap patterns fill, but usually and always aren't the same thing, and this is looking more and more like an impulse. And if it is an impulse, and if it isn't an X, then we're in wave 3, and don't have to risk money on it now, but there still is the higher target of a new all-time high, pretty much in a straight line. As far as tomorrow's concerned, we gapped up, hit a higher high, closed under the midday high. Either you gap and take out today's high early, or we see lower prices, but futures are already up. It shouldn't be too hard to do that. I don't see signs of this turning around yet. That could all change by the morning. Wednesday's pattern has the early high with a pattern that often can't be clearly said to be early high or early low. We gapped up, hit a higher high, but closed under the midday high, and if maintained at the open, this should lead to a lower price printing, regardless of how we close. Gapping and promptly overtaking the high day kills the pattern. Futures are up as I write this, so it's entirely possible that that's what happens. The rally target's a new all-time high hit in a straight line move, and if it plays out that way, remember it's what usually happens, doesn't always work. If it plays out that way, we have to consider the possibility that we're in a third wave higher. I'm getting more bullish, but I can still change my mind if we stop at resistance. Right now, we haven't hit our target, and it doesn't show signs of stopping to me. So it's the pattern with the early high, but not a very clear one. And that's today's call.